And we're live, and as you can see, this is a special Monday Night Raw because this is not just an ordinary Monday Night Raw. It's a new day Monday Night Raw review. We see Chris is joining us in a second here, but yeah, this is our new day Monday Night Raw 10-year anniversary review, and it was a lot of things that happened in this episode. A lot of things in this particular episode of Monday Night Raw. Some things I don't agree with, but you'll see what I mean when we get there. Um, but they kicked off, and I think the first 30 minutes of Monday Night Raw was commercial free. So they started off with a 30-minute commercial free Monday Night Raw, uh, kicked off by CM Punk. CM Punk, he came out to basically talk about his future. So the last time he was standing here was when was after Hell in the, what was that, Bad Blood at the Hell in the Cell, and he didn't know pretty much where his future would go. But now he said that's the difference is he this time after Survivor Series and War Games, after another type of cage match where he could have potentially could have ended his career. The difference is this time he knows where he want to go, and he knows his path forward. And if his path, should occur some obstacles, he could call in a favor to make sure he could get to where he needs to be. And my guy, he went up there and pointed to the sky. Obviously, he's doing the whole when you win the Royal Rumble. So he's saying that's where his that's where his thing could go. Then we're gonna be joined by both Thanos, aka Punch, aka Shane, and Chris when they get ready. But yeah, so then he proceeds to say he got many paths forward to his goal. Basically saying his goal is to win the Royal Rumble, and he even took shots at Cody Rhodes, saying there's more than one way to what did he say? There's more than one way to finish the story. And I'm like, oh, that nice shots at Cody. But yeah, so he says many paths forward, and then Seth Rollins will come out. And what's up? We good. Oh, what's up? Thanks for joining us, Mr. WWE is Alex. Okay. Nice of you to join us. Sharonda, don't hate me if I pronounce that wrong, but Sharonda. I think sure, yeah. We're going anyway. Thanks for joining the podcast. But yeah, so Seth Rollins will come out and he said it's basically time to right some wrongs. He said I should have knocked your I'm gonna say butt for YouTube purposes. I should have knocked your butt out when the night you first came back. And then he said I almost did it after Bad Blood, but he said I took pity on you because you just got done in Hell in a Cell. You was barely on your feet. So he said, you know what? I said no. I took pity on you. He said that's my fault. He said, but now there's nothing standing between us. He said I had Towers to defend. You had Drew McIntyre to worry about, but now there's nothing standing between us. But but opportunity and air. And basically, he takes off his coat, but CM Punk reminded him. He said, "I just said I'm done with personal rivalries and business, and I'm done running races with people I didn't even know I was running with." So he said he basically tells Seth Rollins to stay out of his business, but Seth retorts almost with his same with the same thing that CM Punk just started off with, saying you talk too much and you don't listen, that this is my business. And he pushes CM Punk, and that the brawl starts. The start of the Seth Rollins and CM Punk feud has officially begun. They had to be pulled apart by Sammy and Jay, who I forgot to mention was shown earlier. I forgot that CM Punk was like the shot of the night where they followed him from the back to the stage for his entrance and stuff. And on the way to do his entrance, he ran into Sammy and Jay Uso, and they would come out. They would be the first two people to come out to break them up when him and CM Punk and Seth started to fight. And then Adam Pearce, there's some more security got there. CM Punk would get taunted by Seth Rollins to come back into the ring, which got them beat up even a little bit more. But then they finally got separated. And then Seth took a shot at Jay, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he took a shot at Jay. But I said, yeah, he tells CM Punk and Jay to go back to Roman, and Jay just looking at Seth like, man, that was cold. Like you ain't had to say that. Like, bro, I'm not against you here. But then, Sammy set him straight, said, hey, I get that you're angry, but you don't talk to Jay Uso like that. He said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm angry. I'm a little pissed off. So Jay, I'm sorry. I know that's your family. Your family is everything. Okay, I get that. But he said, what about you, Sam? You're not family. You're not blood. He said, if you are family with Roman, you're more, and then you're family with me because you're closer to me than Roman or any other of those guys. Because we've been doing this up and down the road for 20 plus years. And like Shay was saying, Sammy started to cook here because then they started getting into how who was to blame for Roman being the monster he is. He's Seth, with Sammy reminded Seth that his hands ain't totally clean in all of this. Use the reason why he's the monster he is because you the one who hit him in the back with a chair 10 years ago. But Seth fires back. But then again, while yes, I take responsibility for that. I apologize for my past sins and transgressions, but don't act like you didn't take a chair to his back either. So, and then he said this, and then they started arguing about, teaming up with CM Punk. And he said, I didn't want to team up with CM Punk. He said, I wanted you. We asked you twice and you said no because you're too stubborn. And he said, and then I think that's when they got into the other stuff. And he says, Seth said, yeah, it's not. Think about what you're asking me to do. You asking me to team up with CM Punk to help Roman Reigns. And he said, it's not about me being stubborn. It's about you, about your naivete, about you probably thinking, to be honest, you're being stupid. That's when Sammy just said, you know what, since you got a lot of anger and pent up frustration, why don't we work that off in a match right here tonight if that's what you want? And with Seth Rollins said, if that's what you want, then fine. And that would be the end of that segment. But that was a pretty good long segment. It had two different moving parts in it. The first half with him and CM Punk, and then that excellent promo between Sammy and Seth. So it was a lot to discuss there, but that's pretty much how that segment ended, with that being made the main event for tonight. But there's a lot of things that happen in between that in there, like especially a certain someone with a certain someone. Well, we'll get to that. But Shay, if you're with us, what did you think about that promo?
That promo was pretty good. Like I said, Sammy was cooking it, especially
Yeah,
when he was talking about Roman and not wanting to team with them because he and I told y'all I knew for a fact he would have been mad because they put CM Punk. I knew Seth would have been mad because he don't like CM Punk, but it's just like no, they had nobody else to do it. He didn't want to do it, so anywho. CM Punk feel like CM Punk starting to be bitter like Drew. Bitter Drew. That's what he's starting to be like for real. And yeah, we're gonna talk about bitter Drew later too. But still, Seth is giving bitter Drew. Get over it, baby boy. It's time is gone.
actually, he's giving more of a Kevin Owens vibes as you think about it. 'Cause remember, that's Kevin Owens' problem with
Oh yeah,
Cody
yeah, yeah.
Rhodes.
About the book, yeah, about going to another team and helping. That's true
Yeah,
too.
cause he's basically saying the same thing Kevin Owens is saying. Like he's mad that he trying to tell Sammy, I'm mad that you teamed up with
It's
CM
coming.
Punk and Roman Reigns.
It's definitely coming with that. With or if they see each other, KO and Sammy, he gonna remember that. Watch.
Oh, he's definitely gonna remember that. He's definitely gonna remember that. But yeah, it's like a lot of similarities to both Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens in that promo, especially with, like I said, when he accused Sami Zayn of teaming up with CM Punk and stuff. I'm like, oh man, we getting whatchamacallit all over again.
And then what he said to my husband, I'm gonna need you to take that back, Steph, because my baby boy gonna remember that. Whatever you when you said to my husband, we're gonna remember. Okay, we're not gonna forget.
I think he got more pressing issues to worry about than what Seth said. And like I said,
Yeah.
we'll get to that later on in a minute. But I think it's more he got some more troublesome issues. Old enemy has resurfaced for Jay Uso.
Yes.
Uh, but since we are being joined by Thanos, aka Punch, what do you think of that opening segment?
I know it's been a while, right? Oh man, it was a lot. It was a lot in that beginning.
Yeah, it was a
I
lot. It was two, like I said, two moving great
uh,
promos in one.
that's why Raw need to say the 2 hours because we can get this every week, and I'm okay with it. Um, I think Seth was cooking for real. I think Seth was cooking with Sami Zayn for real because Seth had a point. He like, yo, you ain't family, you ain't nothing. He didn't even Roman didn't even apologize.
No, he didn't.
He's still the same. He's still the same, acting the same way as he was a heel. And Seth got a point there. um,
And that's one of my many problems with the book lately. Like, this is not. We still got the same Roman. Like
exactly.
they
Uh,
treating him like a baby face, but he's acting like a heel. It's like we don't have a regret. Like Seth said, we don't have a regretful, remorseful Roman. He's still
he's
though.
still the same.
He's still the
Um,
same.
the favor from Paul Heyman is it should be the booking should be definitely get CM Punk in the main event. How do we get there would be the question. That should be the favor though. That should be the point. That should be the focus here. It should be nothing else. It should be Punk going into the main event. Um, but it was oof. Uh, w- yeah, with man, Sammy was he was kind of cooking until Seth kind of shut him up with, yo, Roman ain't even apologize to you. So what are you talking about? You look dumb. Um, and then you teamed up with Punk. Like, if we're gonna get a heel Seth, I'm totally with that because I like heel Seth better than I like babyface Seth anyway. So and we need more heels on Raw. So yeah, somebody needs to turn here, and it needs to be Seth. But for the
Mm.
opening segment, you did get a lot. You did get a lot in that few minutes. So I was pumped for the show.
Mm, okay. Yeah, you did though. Like it was two instead of one great promo, they put two great promos together. You had you jumped from CM Punk to Seth and Sammy. I'm just like, that was a lot for that
It
first.
all it all it all blended
And
perfectly
they
well.
blended it all perfectly well together. So hey, I ain't gonna lie. That was a good opening segment promo wise. Then we got was that Dame what was that? What did I put Damian Priest? I can't remember what happened after that now. I think they recapped what happened to Damian Priest, and then we went to the Judgment Day. Uh yeah, they recapped what happened to Damian Priest, and then we went back to Judgment Day and them, and they basically were trying to get their stuff together because I think Finn was basically telling them that now with Damian Priest out the way and hurt and all that type of stuff, he could focus on the world championship. But then Liv confronts him and like, Finn, I thought we agreed that you would stay away from Damian Priest. But he said, he said, yeah, we did that until Dominic messed up here and allowed Damian Priest to get back into the title picture. But now that he's taken care of, he said now he said, and then now that that's taken care of, he said you wouldn't have to worry about Io and them, but you lost focus thanks to Rhea. Now you gotta worry about Io and defending your title, which we thought was gonna happen because the reports were saying it was gonna happen at a on Madison Square Garden in a non-televised event, but it's actually been confirmed here in this segment that Liv will indeed defend the title against Io at Saturday Night Main Event. So I'm like, okay, that's good. At least it's not going to happen in a non-televised thing. I get it, Madison Square
Mm-hmm.
Garden is big, but it needs to happen on a televised, event. So I'm guessing Io's going to have two chances because they did confirm that's going to happen. So Io will have two chances to get the title. But then Liv was like, you know what, you're right. Me and Raquel got to focus on damage control, so that's what we're gonna do. And he was like, yeah. And then he walks away. She tells Dom to go, watch over Finn because I guess she's kind of worried about him, and they trying to figure out what he meant by if you listen to Finn, we win. So it sounds like he kind of trying to be the leader here after he just said there's no leaders. So then that's where we get the first match, which is Damage Control versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, which was a great tag team match. I kind of feel indifferent of having Kyrie saying this because of how the match went, because she does have a triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, in the coming weeks. So, this kind of like didn't put momentum on her side. But I'm gonna get to the reason why I say that is because though it was a good tag team match and it was a good back and forth, one person it did need to benefit was Liv. Liv needs a win because she hasn't really won in like the last couple of months. She's been losing constantly to Rhea. So yeah, besides, getting the upper hands in promos and stuff and basically beating her down, she has not actually really won a match since SummerSlam against Rhea. So, therefore, I'm basically trying to say Damage Control lost to Liv and Raquel. But the problem I have with it is that it also hurts Kyrie Sane because it kind of gives her no momentum going into her triple threat.
It
So,
hurts both of them.
well, I would say it hurts both of them, but Liv needed to win, and Kyrie took the pin here, so they protected Io by having Kyrie take the pin from Raquel, and therefore that technically Liv never pinned Io, or Io never got pinned. Raquel got the victory for the team, but it's still a loss for both Io and Kyrie. But it was more so like I'm trying to say is it's more so on Kyrie because she got pinned and she's supposed to be one of the prominent members of this mid card division for the least the time being. Um, but it kind of takes the momentum from her, and I think she needed the momentum. I think all the mid carders need momentum going into these tournaments to make them legit and put over for this mid card division. And I kind of needed Io to take the pin to protect Kyrie. Then again, if anybody should have pinned Io, it should have been Liv. But nevertheless, it still was a good tag team match. Very good back and forth. Liv needed to win. To me, the right person won. It was just the wrong person who pinned and won the match. So there is that, but it was still a decent, pretty good tag team opening match. Punch, I'm gonna go to you again. What do you think about that match?
No, the match was decent. I mean, all four women can work. I just, uh, It's oh my, it just seemed. And I mean, I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but it just seems like we got nothing else for Liv to do. We keep why is we why is we going back or trying to go back with Rhea? I'm not understanding why we're going back to that. Even though Io Sky should be, she should be having all the momentum. She should be a threat, and she's not getting booked that way at all.
No.
At
And we
all. I
we
mean,
said that in our Survivor Series. We ruled that if anybody should have pinned Liv in the War Games match, it should have
yeah,
been
it should have been
Io.
her. Like she,
Exactly.
It should have
yeah.
been
Like
Io.
what are we doing? Like,
Like
what
you
are we
with that,
doing?
you're basically telling us that it's going to be that EO is not winning and it's going to be Rhea and them down the line because you not because even Rhea had like a segment where she tells the EO that no matter who wins, if EO wins, she's coming for EO because she wants the title back. If Liz retains, she's coming for Liz, so she coming at the
No,
either
get to the
or.
back of the line, bro. Get to the back of the line. Get to the back of the
Thank
line.
you.
It's
Yo, this
That's
is
aggravating.
that's
We
all
see
I
this on
want
every
is her to
day.
go to the back of the line. But Triple H and Duddy won't stop trying to promote her. But go ahead, Punch.
we not. It's oh my god. It's getting to the point where Rhea is gonna get stale, and y'all don't
Hmm.
want that. Y'all really don't want that. Yeah,
You
something got
don't
to
want
give
people
here.
talking about Rhea like they do Charlotte.
Uh, like it's starting to get that way, and it's just like, oh my God, when we gonna end this feud, man? Like Jesus, I get it. It's the hot ticket, and I understand it. It's business, but at the same, good God, Io don't even look like a threat for the championship. She just looks like a regular opponent. Like she don't even
Yeah,
look like she don't look strong or nothing. And we're gonna put it on Saturday night. First of all, it was supposed to be a non-televised match, which I would have got super mad. Then we're gonna put it on Saturday night main event, which is a week away. Oh my God, man.
I forgot. I thought it was a little bit longer. It's only a week away.
Nah, I think it's like the 14th. Yeah, it's the 14th. It's like I
Hmm.
think it's like a week. Yeah, a week away, maybe, right? Yeah,
I think so.
just about.
Yeah, yeah. That's next. That's not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
The following Saturday. So, like, what are we doing? Like, oh my God. This is why I can't stress this enough. This women's division needs to get booked. And it needs to get booked better. We need to get away from Rhea. We need to get away, no offense. We need to get away from Charlotte. We need to get away from Becky. We need to get away from Bailey. We need to get away from them.
And we kind of doing that with Bailey, so that's a plus.
Yeah, yeah, that is. We oh my goodness, we need new contenders. And I love them women to death. Don't get me wrong. Like they done carried the WWE for quite a while. But Jesus Christ, can we move on? Can we get some new competition for these titles?
And we're not.
Please.
This is not saying we don't want to see them back in the hunt for the title like ever. We just said just give it a
A
rest
while.
for a
A
while.
while.
Like like if you want to put a date to it, let it be like what we in December. Maybe around
Mhm.
SummerSlam we could see Rhea or somebody come back into the picture again.
Yeah, I
That's just
just
an example of a time frame where we're saying like give them a rest with being in the main title picture at least until SummerSlam, maybe
yeah,
longer, but something like that.
I just feel like we just need to for a while we need to start building more females into this title picture.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah. Well, pretty good match, but overall, this booking is still on a sussy level for the women's division. Um, Shay, what do you think about this first match with Damage Control and Liv Morgan and Raquel?
It was a pretty good match. I knew that Damage Control was gonna win. I just had a feeling. It
No,
was it.
Damage Control didn't win. It
I
was
mean,
Liv.
sorry, not damage control. I'm seeing her face in my head, but I don't know why I said damage control. I knew Liv and them was gonna win. I just knew it. Like she lost at Survivor Series, so they had to make her look a little bit strong, or what them look strong. And you know that Raquel got tied to the post the whole time, so they had to make her look strong. But they needed Io to win. Io should have won. Like, so y'all gonna make her win next week? But come on, bro. Like, come on, y'all need an EO to win to make her look stronger than what she is, and it's not giving. It's not giving that she could win. You know, it's not giving like, oh, I'm so confident that I could win the title. You see what I'm saying? It's not giving that. It's just giving it like a regular top, like a title match. It's just giving. It's like no feud behind it. It's
Nope.
nothing.
Nope.
No,
And she
it's
barely
nothing.
fight her when it was in the severe Survivor Series. Eel barely beat up Liv. It was all about Liv and Rhea. Liv and Rhea. Like it's
Preach,
annoying. It's annoying. It's
preach,
annoying. It's
Yeah,
annoying. Even Nia Jack didn't take the pin. I'm happy my baby girl didn't take the pin. But still, it's all about Liv and Rhea. Liv and Rhea. Like you got a whole person across from you that's challenging you, and you're not even, creating chemistry. It's
nope.
giving
None.
zeros.
Preach,
I don't know.
preach,
I'm sick of this. I'm real sick of this for
preach.
real.
I
Good
mean, I
God.
can't. I love. Don't get me wrong. I love Rhea to death. I
It's
love
annoying.
I love my mommy Rhea, but the problem that we all have collectively, that we all agreeing on, is that how do you have a whole different number one contender, and this is about
Hmm.
to be the weakest feud going into Saturday Night Main Event? You have 1 week and you already failed because Monday is gone, and it
But
was
it's
still
gone.
mostly about Rhea and Liv.
Barbara
Yep.
Yard.
The much shine EO got with this tag team match in itself, just the fact that she was finally, it was getting a little bit more intimate between them two, but that was it.
That
Other
was
than
it.
that, it still was about Rhea. They still made it about Rhea because I forgot one part of this. They tried to jump EO and them after the match, and then Rhea would come out and brawl with them, try to stop them, and she met. And who did she go after? Liv Morgan.
Yep.
She just go after Liv Morgan, and Raquel had to stop her. And I think they like beat up on her a little bit, but then she would get the upper hand, and she's beating up Liv Morgan, and then, Io just like gone and faded to the back somehow, and then and then they would get the upper hand by throwing Rhea into the table. I guess like they make it seem like the corner, the face hit the
The
corner of the
corner of her
table,
eye.
damage her eye and stuff. So
Oh.
and then they had to be pulled apart, and that would be the end of this whole segment. That's how I should have ended it. But the thing, my problem is, I just, you know what? At this point, I'd rather for you to just unbook this match and just make it Rhea versus Liv at Saturday Night Main Event, and then get this over with. So then you could have a proper build for EO, maybe at the Royal Rumble for her and Liv or whoever.
Right.
That's what
Nope.
you that's what you need to do at this point because
Nope.
Or just do Raquel versus Rhea. Simple.
They
with
doing that
them
And then
next week.
take off the other two and put Raquel versus Liv. I mean Raquel versus Rhea.
They
Have
doing that
that,
next
and
week.
then
yeah,
yeah.
they doing it next week.
They doing that match next week.
Oh
But
my
but
god.
I think
Yeah.
what Say is saying is they should have been doing this the whole time as a feud instead of just like having it as a
Right.
match without it being a feud. It should have been
Nope.
a feud they was building up between the two, but it just feels like she just facing Raquel in a regular match is not a feud, which it should have been because it was reported that she was supposed to be feuding with
Feuding with
Raquel
her. Yeah.
to
No.
get her out of the picture with Liv, but she's pretty much feuding with Liv. Like
Yep.
she's feuding with Liv,
No,
and Raquel is just a muscle she's trying to get rid of.
Rhea, fall back, Rhea. They need to tell her, bro, fall back.
And not just Io, Raquel is getting hurt in this too. Because that's
Yeah.
all she's seeing is the muscle, which is okay if you book it right, but that's all she is seeing as just the muscle. She's not even she's not even the former threat that she was in NXT no more.
Right.
no.
So it's just like it's a whole lot of problem with the booking surrounding Liv and Rhea. Like I said, I love Rhea so much, but she need to fall back for a while. I would actually
You know,
prefer them put Rhea in the mid card tournament. Now, even though I wouldn't want her in the mid card tournament, because then you're just gonna give it to Rhea. But I would rather
Right.
for her to be there and away from Liv than what you got now. So
let me
I
hear
don't
you
know.
Oh
say
shit, go after
trash.
Bianca. Somebody shit. Go do something else.
She need to be doing something else way than
Fucking
away
the
from
women of
Liv.
the women's division. Let me hear you say trash, because it is
At least
garbage.
the least for I would say it's trash for the Raw's main title picture is trash.
Definitely.
But that's enough for our rant on that. Uh, we would get Gunther being
Oh my god.
interview backstage where there was interview about his match with Damian Priest, but he would get interrupted by Finn Balor with Dominic Mysterio, who said that I saved you, basically saying I saved you twice, and yet you still duck and dodge me. When you're going to give me my opportunity against you for that title? Because you should be thanking me instead of booting me in my face. You should be thanking me. But he said I needed that match. I needed to prove myself. I've been having a tough time going into this, and I wanted that to prove to myself that I still got it or I'm still me. And yet you came out and interfered. But he's because I think Dominic tried to touch his title, and then he turned to the Dom. He said, "You know what? But Dom, you do deserve a reward because unlike Finn here, you did beat Damian Priest. Therefore, since I got pulled because I'm the world heavyweight champion, I'm gonna go talk to Adam Pearce." And by that, he got that resulted in a match later on. I thought he was going to get like Dominic Mysterio like a title match. It was just a regular match, but he did reward. I guess it was supposed to be other than the princess that if he could beat Gunther, he might actually get a shot at Gunther.
Mm.
But at least for this, for the man's world heavyweight title picture, I am glad of the results that it resulted in by the end of the night. And we will get a follow up to this promo later on, in which I'm referring to. So it is looking bright for my boy Finn. Then we get to the first of the matches for the Intercontinental Women's Championship tournament, which is Dakota Kai versus Shayna Blazer versus Katana Chance, and this went the way I wanted it to go because I was rooting for my girl Dakota Kai. Though I was actually torn between her and Shayna Blazer because I would have been fine with both of them. But it was still it was a good match and a good showing for Dakota Kai. You could tell they was putting emphasis on her because she had a lot of the offense. She looked as strong. It was pretty fairly strong in the match. Of course, they still made Shayna the devastating Shayna that she was like the one that they had to overcome. Katana Chance pretty much was just there, and though they gave her time to shine as well, they still got a long ways to go for building her up to even being credible as a women's Intercontinental champion. But just they gave her time to shine as well. But it was mostly you could tell going into this that the winners of this match was either going to be Shayna or Dakota, and with Katana taking the pin, and that's exactly how it went. The match was still good though. With I think Shayna, I forgot how they got her out the ring. But I think Katana Chance hit like a splash. Yeah, she had to carefully clutch on Dakota Kai, but Dakota Kai would reverse it, get out the way as Katana Chance would hit her with like a splash or something, and then she would roll out the ring, and then Dakota Kai would pick Katana Chance up and hit her with a finisher to pin Katana Chance 1, 2, 3. Dakota moves on, which I am happy for because Dakota needs some time to shine as well. Pretty good match though. Pretty good match. I did enjoy it. I'm glad that Dakota Kai won. I would have also took it Signal Blazer, but either or would have been perfect for me. But mostly Dakota Kai because she needs something. She needs something. I need Kyrie Sane too to win. Like they both need something in this regard, but that's a different discussion for a different day. Shay, what did you think about this second match?
The second match was pretty good. Yeah, I obviously thought the Dakota was going to win. You could tell that she was going to win, so that's good. I'm happy they. Well, we all know they're probably going to do this at Saturday nights anyway. The two, IC and United States, they're probably going to do the rest of it, or the last final match at for next week. But yeah, it was a pretty good match. I can't wait to see the rest of them, the tournaments to see who's going to win.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, because Shane brought up a good point, it's not enough time for them to get to the finals for the Intercontinental.
I
So it might
just
not.
thought of that
I
too.
don't think that. I don't think the women's Intercontinental will take place at Saturday Night Main Event because there's not enough time. It's about
Right.
enough time for the SmackDowns, but it's not enough
Yeah,
time. It's not enough time for the for the women's Intercontinental, but it's definitely enough time for the women's United States because they already announced that the finals would take place at Saturday Night Main Event. That match has already been booked, but
that's gonna be good.
I don't think they could do it. Yeah, they can't do it because they still got a whole lot of tournament to go.
Yeah, whole
Unless
lots.
unless next Monday they just do the whole show, nothing but the women's matches and no men's matches. That's the only way I can see they could pull that off. And they would have, and because it's a 2 hours, they would have to do all of them in quick succession too.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be long matches anyway if you want to fit all that into it. That's the only way they could do it.
or like a Royal Rumble, like a Rumble.
A battle royal.
A battle
Yeah,
royal. I
yeah.
mean, that could work too, but they're not going to do it. They already showed us the tournament bracket. They do
Hmm.
they doing exactly like how SmackDown is doing. So, like I said, they would have to do all the tournament matches in one night. The men would not have to wrestle that night.
Right.
They could have
They'll-
did. I, I hate copy and paste, but this is why I kind of like AEW's battle royals a little bit more better than WWE's battle royals because they could have did like let's say you got 20 people
Hmm.
and the last two would they like you throw somebody over the rope, the last person standing wins the match. So in
Mhm.
AEW, the last two will actually have to fight a week after to uh see who will get to be the to be in a title match. But in this what I'm saying is they could have did a battle royal and the
The
last
last
two could have
two
fought at
to
Saturday
before
Night Main Event for the
for the
championship.
yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay,
True,
yeah, that would
true.
have worked. That would have worked. That would have worked. Yeah, because it's like now even though we are basically gonna get the first ever women's United States champion, but we still gotta wait to see who's gonna become the
Wait,
first ever women.
I see.
who's the last two? I ain't been I've been busy. I ain't keep up with SmackDown.
They still haven't got there yet. It's still Bailey. I know Bailey and I forgot.
Ooh.
Ah, Bailey and Chelsea is gonna
Chelsea.
fight this
Yeah.
Friday. Bailey and Chelsea are gonna fight for the final spot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then they still I think it's gonna be I think who night it's either I can't remember who won the Naomi one, but they waiting on whoever win between Electra Lopez and them to win. Electra Lopez and them triple threat is next week is this Friday. So they will have to do the finals to see who will be going to Saturday night main event for the Women's United States will be the go home Friday. That tournament, that last part of the tournament will happen in the go home Friday to determine who will face that following day for the title.
Right.
But I can't remember on the other side, but I do know that Bailey and whatchamacallit should be fighting this Bailey and Chelsea Green
Chelsea.
should be fighting this Friday for that final
Bet
spot while we get the other triple threat the same day. I don't know if they're gonna do it. They should do it, but I do know they did confirm that the next triple threat is going to be happening this Friday. I'm assuming that Chelsea and them will fight this Friday as well.
Okay. It better be Chelsea.
I gotta look up. Probably why I'm gonna let you talk about the second match. I'm gonna look up and see who won on the other side to tell you who should be waiting on Electric Lopez.
The second match was cool. Dakota Kai definitely needed that win, so I was happy for her. We need to repackage Shayna Baszler. Bad. Real bad. Yeah. The thing I like about Raw in women's IC championship, all the women are mid-carders. As it should be. As it should be. SmackDown, for some period reason, we want to add former champions into this. No. No. But whatever. If the former champions if they putting over, I'm cool. Naomi definitely needs something. I hope we get a heel Naomi because I think Naomi attacked Jade Cargill. I'm just saying.
Oh, Michan, she's waiting on whoever wins.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Michan.
Yeah, she won her match, so she's waiting on whoever wins.
It should be Chelsea. And they should have another dumpster match. And Chelsea should get a lip back. Just saying.
Yeah.
Not another dumpster match. I'm crying.
I enjoyed that though. Where's what I did? I think I watched that match like 5 times. I really did enjoy that though.
Chelsea and Bailey got to fight each other for that final spot. Michan won her match between Last Legend and Piper Niven. And then she's waiting on whoever wins between Tiffany Stratton, Elektra Lopez, and Naomi. So that's who. So whoever wins between Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, and Elektra Lopez will face Michan for the final spot.
It's definitely gonna be Naomi.
Yeah.
I think Naomi attacked Jade Cargill, but I'll say that for another time.
Yeah, I'm hoping it is Naomi because that needs to be a character change there.
For the Intercontinental Championship, I do respect Raw because it's all the mid carders.
Yeah, because they added what Bianca, Jay. Well, Jay is kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She kind of, sort of a mid carder, so I guess you could count Jade as a mid carder. But Bianca and Bailey, like, come on, man, why is Bianca and Bailey in this?
So I respect it. I want to touch on the Finn and Gunther for a second.
Oh, go ahead.
Why? This goes back to Saudi Arabia. Damn it, I hate that pay-per-view.
Jesus, we already passed SummerSlam, and he's still talking Survivor Series, and he's still talking about Saudi Arabia.
Why are we booking Gunther? Why is we booking him as a questionable thing? No,
you talking about him being booked like a baby face?
Yeah, like what? Oh, that's not my ring general.
It's been reported that they get ready to turn on babyface, and that I guess they waiting to see if he going they waiting to actually make it official to see after he
No,
faced either Goldberg or Brock Lesnar. Well, they
no.
said Goldberg, and I'm putting Brock Lesnar into it, but the reports actually just said Goldberg.
Why are we turning him babyface? And for what? He's not a babyface. That's not my ring general, and I don't want that. WWE, I no, no, I can't see it. I don't want to see it. Oh my God,
I
no.
can't see it. I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it. I don't want. No, no. Uh, from what I'm seeing, and I don't want to go off the rumors. This is what I'm seeing on my screen. For some reason, I feel like they're trying to turn Dominic babyface and Finn Balor the heel.
Oh yeah, they definitely trying to work some type of angle right there.
I don't want Dominic to be a babyface. What? No. The hell no.
Yeah,
I
because
don't want
we
Gunther.
still haven't even seen at least with Dominic. We still haven't even seen like at least a dominant heel version of this Dominic Mysterio character here.
No. No.
There's still a
Man.
lot more on the table for that.
Um, but we really booked Gunther to look weak. Why? Like what? Why is he doubting himself going against Damian Priest? Why? Why did we do this? Why? Oh my God.
Again, the story is because he couldn't beat Cody Rhodes. He lost against Cody Rhodes 3 times. That made him doubt himself because he
But you
dominated.
see what I mean?
They saying because he dominated everybody, and he can't. How can he be considered the ring general? And he can't beat Cody Rhodes,
Oh,
and
we
Cody
could have
Rhodes
ran
beat him
that
three
back.
times.
You could have ran. You could have did something else. You could have ran this back. Oh my God. However, I guess from we getting Finn versus
Well,
Gunther at Saturday night.
yeah, that
Jesus
I was gonna.
Christ.
That was what I mentioned. That's what I was talking about. Everybody, that that's why I say it was a good night for Finn. That was the updated. That would have been the updated promo we was going to talk about later
It
on.
ain't gonna be a good night for Finn. You're gonna take a L
I,
again.
I mean, I said, oh no, I meant tonight. Yesterday was a good night for Finn.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But man, Finn, Finn needs to get repackaged. Uh, just like Shayna Baszler, because he's gonna take another L. They're not gonna take the belt off Gunther no time soon. So Jesus, oh my God, man. We waiting for Goldberg. That's what we gonna do, right? We gonna wait
That's
for
what the rumor.
Goldberg, and then
That's what the rumor said. We waiting
we
on.
gonna we gonna
We
take the
basically
belt
waiting
off
on
of him with
Goldberg.
Goldberg. That's what we doing, WWE.
Oh
Give me
no,
a
the
break.
rumor is that Goldberg is putting Gunther over. That's how they're gonna make. That's how they're gonna make him into like if this is going to be Goldberg's retirement match, and he's going to basically beat Gunther, and if it's Brock Lesnar, it's the same thing. Both Brock Lesnar and Goldberg reportedly want to have their retirement match. If it's Gunther, they're going to beat Gunther is going to beat them, and this is supposed to elevate his star status
As a face.
as a face.
Oh my God. So that means we're gonna get a Hill Goldberg.
No, no, we're not going to get a Goldberg at all because he's retiring after that.
Nah, I know I'm saying, but I mean to get to that point, we got
Oh
it.
no,
Goldberg gotta be a hill here.
no, it's just gonna be he's still gonna be portrayed as the heel going into this up until that. I guess they're gonna slowly strip away his heelish character, but he will
What
still
the
be like the heel going into this, and then
right?
him going up against Goldberg, I guess, showing Goldberg respect, and Goldberg showing him respect is gonna be the final nail to show that he's basically a baby face.
Jesus. So his whole babyface run is gonna be, hey, I'm the babyface general. Let's just shake hands after the match. And what man, yo, give me next, next, next.
He did it with Cody Rhodes. He did do it with
That's what
Cody
I
Rhodes.
mean. Like that's stupid. That is stupid. The only wrestling company that ever did that before they match was Ring of Honor. We don't need that with Gunther. Triple H, you are messing up a great heel character. What? Next, man. Next, I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna get mad.
Well, hey, next is where I got mad at because, well, first we get a New Day promo in the form of a video package of them showing all the different things they accomplished and did throughout the years. Because this would be the lead in to why I got this special Monday Night Raw background. That video package promo led into this. The New Day 10-year anniversary promo where they will come out. And this is where I'm about to go on the rant here because this kind of pissed me off. Like, and maybe I'm the only one because I have been hearing people say, "Oh, this is a good twist and this is a good story and everything like that." I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't think so. This was a lot wrong with this. It was a lot wrong with this. But let me get to it. So, uh, man, I don't want to go on the tirade right off the back. It's like so making me mad thinking about it. But no, the New Day came out. They got the ring decorated. Adam Pearce introduces the New Day. Even got the New Day Rocks chant started for them. The ring is definitely decorated. I mean, the ring is decorated. The ramp is decorated. They brought back the big box of Bootios. They had even the fake plastic Bootio in the ring. They had all these little decoration mementos of the past 10 years of the New Day. And even in that video package, we even saw like that one video pack. We got to saw the one vignette when the New Day first formed. That whole church sermon vignette, if y'all remember when they was
Yeah.
wearing white and blue. So we even got to see that in that video package. But the New Day basically come out and thank everybody, and that for the past 10 years that they wouldn't be here where they standing at without all of them, and that they they even did it's your boys the New Day. They even went back to doing some old lines and promos. They even talked about how their success and whatnot. But they said after the light of recent events, especially what happened last week, they was about to make an announcement, but whose music hit? We all suspected it was going to happen, but Big E's music hit. And I didn't realize this is the first time they said Big E's been on either Raw or SmackDown in about 4 years. But I thought it was only like 2.5, maybe 3 years, but they say it's been 4 years. And I'm just like, when did he break his neck? Like what year was that when he broke his neck? Had he been out that long?
I think 2020, somewhere
Oh
around there.
wow. Oh wow. It really has been 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh man, that really did fly. I swear I thought it was only like I thought he did it in 2022.
Nah, I think it was 2020.
No, okay. Wow. But yeah, so Big E basically comes out to be the voice of reason. Cause he even though he's elated to hear the fans chant for him, he tells them to cut his music. He tries to be the voice of reason, telling them that he's been watching them for the last a couple of months and watching the bicker and the arguing. He explains how the New Day is more than this. We were a brotherhood. It means everything to not just me and you guys yourselves, but New Day means to a lot of people. And I didn't realize if you guys ever seen it, Biggie did have a article, so it kind of went into this. He had a real life article saying that how being a part of the New Day actually saved him because he was diagnosed with depression and something else, and he said he don't know if the New Day saved his career or his life. He feel like they is either or maybe both. So that's a good article to read, but it kind of goes in there when he's saying here how the New Day basically was there for each other as a brotherhood. They help uplift each other to success and stardom, and that they can't do this. That he's basically announcing that until he's medically cleared to get back into the ring, he wants to be their acting manager to remind them every day how and what the New Day is and how they're supposed to be. And then the twist happens. So my boy Xavier, I like how he cracked a smile because everybody was saying New Day rocks and everybody smiling and everything. It looked like it was about to go wholesome. And then his first response is, now? He said, now you want to come back and now you want to be there for you abandoned us, E. So I'm sitting here like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Xavier about to flip out and Kofi gonna have to stop him. No, that's not what we got. Instead, Kofi flipped out too when Xavier was. So I'm like, huh? And what I mean is, Kofi, when Xavier went on his tirade on Big E saying, you know, you abandoned us, this and that, and the third, Big E, you can hear Big E like, oh, he said, but I broke my neck. I couldn't be here because I broke my neck. And then Kofi just chimes in. I thought he was about to stop Xavier. But no, he kind of like, no, he's right. You abandoned us. So what? You broke your neck.
I'm
Stone Cold
crying.
broke his neck and he came back, and he started going up how people get injured and still come back. He said, you didn't even have to get surgery. So that means you had no reason, nothing stopped you from being able to come back. And I think I forgot too. Biggie did say something about before they went on this heel tirade. I forgot to mention that. He did mention how he was there for them and doing their accomplishments. When Xavier won the King of the Ring and Kofi became champion, to add that into the insult to injury here. But he did talk about how he was always there for them. But I guess that's what ticked him off, because he was saying how he always was there for them, but he haven't been there in the last couple of months. And that's what back to where Kofi is saying, you didn't even need surgery on your neck. So what stopped you from being here when we needed you and stuff like that? So they basically kicked Big E out the New Day, saying they don't need him. Xavier like, you know what? He said, you abandoned us when you got your new girlfriend. Now I'm going to get on that too, because his girlfriend clapped back at Xavier on social media. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But Big E's new girlfriend, man, she was hitting on social media. And I like how they bring his girlfriend into it, because Xavier and them are feuding with his girlfriend as well. So I'm like, oh God. But so Xavier tells him, he said, you know what? They also mentioned like he abandoned him for his new desk job as being on the kickoff panels, which I might add I was a part of, because when they came to SummerSlam, I was right behind Big E and them doing that kickoff when they was here at SummerSlam. So that was cool to see. And Big E is a huge man. That is one huge guy. Like, Jesus Christ. I'll feel sorry for not seeing him in person. I feel sorry for AJ Lee, if you know what I mean. Y'all remember that incident where he accidentally blasted AJ Lee in her chest.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is a huge man. And that's why he felt so bad that he broke character on air, because he was like, oh God. Because I think he basically knocked the damn wind out of her.
Uh-huh.
But so they basically told him, since why don't you go back to your new desk and we'll call you when we need you. And he was like, Biggie's like, no, man, I'm not gonna let this happen. I'm not gonna throw this away. And I'm like, this is giving me very Temptation vibes too. He was like, Biggie, are you really? And he like, Kofi, you serious? You with this too? And they just looking at him all mad. And he tried to go in for a hug, but then Kofi's like, no. And so Biggie's like, this what it is? This what it is? And y'all gonna just throw this all away? And he just get out the ring and leave. And then Xavier, then I'm like, okay, maybe they're gonna fix it, because then Kofi turned to Xavier like he was getting ready to hit Xavier. So I'm like, okay, at least let those break apart. They're gonna be healed separately, right? No, again, they do something very stupid. They shake hands and say, now it's just me and you. I'm like, why? I'm just like, this made me hate this whole thing. This whole build-up was worthless. Triple H, come here. Did you really just build it up to have a swerve? Okay, you made us think it was going to be Xavier, which was cool. Xavier needed this. And then, okay, I'm good with the swerve. I always say if they do turn Kofi heel, I'm good with it as long as they're separate. You did all this to say that they was going to stay together. They made it seem like they're about to break up. All this for them. The only thing they broke up with was Big E. They kicked Big E out the group, so they still going to be a tag team. This is going to do nothing for Xavier. The whole point of Xavier getting mad because he haven't won a singles title, but now they're just going to be a heelless tag team going after the tag team goes again.
I got a different
Somebody
theory.
tell me how this was a logical booking.
I got a different theory, but
unless they're going to cheat for each other to win singles goals, I guess. But they still a tag team. They still basically being a tag team. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? At this point, I'm waiting for Kofi and them to retire now because I need Kofi as a singles competitor. I need Xavier as a singles competitor. I don't need to see them in the tag team division anymore. Yet, oh my God, I'm gonna go on our tirade if I don't stop. Because this is so many things that's wrong with it to me. For one, I feel like my time was wasted in this story now. We did all this to what? Maybe, possibly, by the Rumble, Big E gets cleared and he's a surprise entrant in the Rumble and he beats up both Kofi and Xavier, depending on what they do in the next couple of months, which is only the next 2 months before the Rumble. I don't know. I can't make sense of this right now, of what we would get out of this that would even want me to be invested in this anymore. Like literally, because the way how they treated this promo, I'm not invested into seeing Kofi and Xavier teaming up again. I'm not. I've been over the New Day whole thing for a while now. I've been wanting every member of the New Day to go solo and now and try to win championships either in mid card or main title. And I guess for Big E, if he ever gets cleared. Oh yeah, and they said that too. I forgot. They said that's quit fool. Xavier said that's quit fooling these people. You're never going to get cleared. So he said you're tricking these people into believing you're going to get cleared. You're never going to get cleared. I don't know. This pissed me off to the ninth power. Like I really have no, like, I feel so indifferent about this. Like this actually pissed me off so much. Don't be surprised where I give this Monday Night Raw due to this, because there's too many things that pissed me off doing this episode of Monday Night Raw. It was a good Monday Night Raw, but there's too many things that pissed me off to give it a good score. And this was one of them. So Shay, what did you think about this whole New Day promo?
I kind of figured that was going to happen because the way they kept, well, the burritos are so funny though, and the pancakes, that's hilarious. But I knew that I just had a feeling they wasn't going to turn because it looked so calm, you know. I know they're gonna turn on him. They were gonna point the finger at him. That boy ain't been there for so long. The thing that made me cry the most, I was laughing when the Biggie girlfriend had one on line talking about, I wanted to invite you to my house and I was gonna cook food for you, vegan food. I was crying. She felt some type of
Oh
way.
yeah, she said like she was gonna cook vegan food for Kofi
Yep.
and some childish like food for Xavier Woods. He said, "I'm glad." And then Xavier said, "I'm glad I dodged a bullet," because he said he basically said she had bland food, and then she said bland food for a bland ass champion who never won anything. I'm like, oh my God, that was like the best. I will admit that when Shay is talking about this, that is the best part of this whole thing. Was actually Kofi and Big E's girlfriend, who I didn't know was Mean Chan's sister. That's Mean Chan's sister. I didn't know that. But
I forgot they go together because remember they walked in for the Hall of Fame thingy when they did it.
Yeah. And I didn't know that Meat Chan's sister was dating Big E. That's Big E's new girlfriend, and her and Xavier back and forth on Twitter is more exciting than what they just pulled off here. But Go ahead, Shay. Continue your thought.
And when he said, I'll die laughing when Kofi say, "Well, the Stone Cold came back from the neck injury."
Yo,
I was crying. Edge came back.
Oh yeah, I forgot that
He,
he mentioned Edge and all that.
he was cooking that, and he looked at him like, "Damn, y'all wanted me to come back and break my neck, and he wanted me to come back like nothing happened."
I
Oh,
felt
that
so
joke was
bad for Big
hilarious.
E because he would just all you could just hear him through their microphone. I broke my neck. We're like, what
I
did you
broke my
want? I
neck.
broke my neck. I couldn't be. I couldn't like. I was trying to get surgery. I'm trying to get doctor scans. I was trying to do all this.
They was bullying him on that mic though, but you
Yeah, they
didn't. Like,
were.
but you didn't. You don't need surgery. I was like, yo. They was bullying Big E for real. He looked like a sad puppy walking on.
Yeah, he did. I felt so bad. He was like a sad puppy who just got yelled at by a bad person, and you just want to be like, you just want to just go hit both Kofi and Xavier. Like, how dare you talk to him like that? That precious man, Big E.
But I really think he is gonna get cleared at WrestleMania. I think he's fooling
I
them.
hope
I
so.
think he's really fooling them.
Oh, they
I,
fooling us to believe that he was never going to get cleared. Hopefully,
right.
I'll hope he does get clear. I would love to see him in the Rumble or at WrestleMania. I would love for him to come back because I believe Vince McMahon screwed up his title run and he should have a
Oh yeah.
better title run. But that's a whole nother video for a different day as well. But I wouldn't mind. I
Yep.
wouldn't mind seeing him come back.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. That segment was so funny. I was crying.
Go ahead, Shane. What you gotta say?
I thought it was great. I
I'm
thought it
gonna
was great.
me and Thanos are gonna fight. me and
I
Thanos
thought it
are
was
gonna
great.
fight.
I thought it was great,
You see this
and
championship, Thanos? I'm coming to New Jersey and we're gonna fight.
I thought it was great, and I explained why I thought it was great. I thought I mean, it was the obvious was supposed to be Xavier. We kind of see that coming. However, the way Kofi was cutting promos these past couple weeks, I thought it was going to be Kofi. To
Yeah,
be honest.
I agree. Cause yeah, I'm like it could be Kofi because he has been cutting promos. It makes sense
However,
for Xavier, but it also could be Kofi. I'm down for both swerves.
However, you know how like you got that friend or that brother or that sister, and y'all argue, but yet y'all cool again. That's what we got here. That's what we got here. We got two brothers that basically made up. You know what I mean? They said, and I think the backstage segment when they had last week, I think they both needed that to kind of remind both of them of who they are. Now, going to Big E, I think WWE told us two things, and I could be wrong, but I think WWE told us that Big E can't compete. And WWE needed to do something to get Big E out of this situation. So what do we do here? Ooh, we kick out Big E if he can't compete. There's no point of the New Day without Big E. Y'all keep for the people that don't remember, Big E started it. He was damn near about to lose his job if the New Day wouldn't have worked.
Well, I thought it was Xavier who started it.
Yeah, well, yeah. But what I'm saying is, either way, they both was going to get fired if it
Yeah, oh
didn't
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah. Because he mentioned that he said how him and Xavier was about to get fired.
They were about to get fired if this wasn't going to work. So, um, to me, this was great, and I still think Woods turns on Kofi. I think Kofi, like Paul Heyman, helps Punk get to WrestleMania. Here, Kofi helps Woods get his first singles championship. That's how Woods becomes bigger than what he's supposed to be, and that's how Woods still turn on Kofi.
So you
I
think?
think we get the
So you
story
think?
of
So you saying this is just a temporary heel turn for Kofi?
yep, because Kofi don't look right as a heel. And you seen that last night. And he looked like he didn't even want to cut that promo because you could see it in his face. Kofi tried so hard to be a heel last night.
And it don't work.
It don't work. That's not.
That's why I was like, that's one of the reasons why I'm mad, because I'm like, this didn't work. He don't look like a
You
heel.
don't look like a heel. Now, however, is we going to get a singles? I think we still going to get the singles run. I just think that they going to be heels doing it, and I'm okay with that. Thank God, because we definitely need a change, and I think they becoming a heel needed to change. I don't think they're going to go after the tag titles again. However, I think Woods is using Kofi to get his singles championship, whether it's the IC
Bingo.
title or the world title. I think it should be the IC championship. And for a couple of reasons, I think it should be the IC title because you can have good feuds with that championship with Woods, with Kofi. If Big E is cleared, which I think he's not, you can do a lot with that IC title with Woods holding it as the dickhead heel he's supposed to be. So I still think the plan is for Woods to turn on Kofi, but I think it needs to happen. Woods needs to manipulate Kofi enough to where Kofi helped Woods be a champion. That's
Yeah,
why I said this was great because you
because
you got you got rid of the peacemaker. You got rid of the person that always was the glue to hold the New Day together, which was Big E. Big E was the glue. He was the powerhouse. He was the main guy. He was, you know what I mean? So you got rid of him. Now Woods is like, yo, it's me and you, right? Until Woods get that championship. And I'm telling you, watch. That's why I said this was great. And WWE basically in that New Day promo told us that Big E can't compete. So what do you do here? You can't keep the New Day is not the New Day without Big E. That
I
was
mean,
that was
yeah,
the
that
whole.
part I figured that much, that they try to tell us, at least for the time being, he can't compete.
He can't compete. That was and that was the whole blame. That was the whole blame. Yo, you didn't even get surgery. You was backstage. Why you didn't come sooner? Which was all true. This is all
Yeah,
facts.
that part of the promo I like, because that is true. Big E didn't need surgery, so therefore, why wasn't he coming out? Why wasn't he trying to be the
Exactly.
manager to them? I agree with that part.
Now
It's
that
the part that
whole
they made it seem like they still was going to be together, and with Triple H spotty booking, he might actually have them try to go for tag team goals. So I don't know.
nah, I don't think they're gonna go for the tag team
I
titles or
hope they
whatever.
don't. That's why I
I
said,
think
like, the only thing that makes sense is that they use each other to get singles gold.
that's what I'm saying. But I think Woods is gonna carry across Kofi until Woods get that win, and then that's when we're gonna see Woods do that turn. It,
Hmm.
I think it will make sense because Woods needs a championship, but Woods though he can't do it by himself.
That's what I'm
Can't do it
mad
by
about.
himself.
'Cause I'm like, I want Woods to get a championship. I want to see the payoff of him being a heel single. But
Nah,
I will be cool with it if, like I said, it would make sense to me if they using Kofi to help Woods. Okay, I'm cool with that.
and I
But
think I think
I
that's where
just
we're
can't
gonna
see.
go.
I just can't from here, because I was so pissed off. I can't see the road forward. How you make this work? If you was the whole thing was about Kofi Xavier getting singles gold, how do you make this work now? You keeping both of them two together. But
I
if
I
I
think
say this, if the road pans out the way you say it, I would change my review down the line for this video.
I
I'll
think
change my score for this video.
I think that's I hope that's the way we go. I hope that's the way we are going to push this forward. You're right. I don't want to see him as a tag team. I would like to see them win Hillish. and prove their heelish ways, I'm cool with that. But I need Woods to use Kofi to get to a singles championship. And then I need Woods to get bigger than what he is. And then I need Woods to turn on Kofi. That's what I need to happen. And then we can sit here and say, damn, Xavier Woods did what Seth Rollins did to the Shield. Build them to break them. Bow.
Right.
Story of the year. If Woods could be the man, that's in that Intercontinental Championship around Woods will make perfect sense. Because who wouldn't want to see somebody, the baby faces, who wouldn't want to see somebody like Eagle Dragunov or somebody like a Sheamus or somebody like that beat the living crap out of Woods, and we could still build the story of Sheamus getting the IC title. Man,
Yeah.
that's why I said.
In your
That's why I
theory
said this.
though, you just you unofficially turned Braun Breaker babyface. Even though they
Yeah,
haven't officially turned him babyface, they still got him
yeah,
tweening. But in your theory, that just turns him babyface.
babyface. Yeah, it's happening. He already saying with my dogs. Yeah, it's happening.
It's
It's no,
happening.
but we put Braun Breaker in the world title scene anyway. So what difference does it make?
Yeah.
That Intercontinental Championship with Woods getting it will be golden. Will be the golden era of the Intercontinental Championship and on TV. Well, Netflix or whatever the case may be.
Oh,
But yeah,
it'll be Netflix by that probably by that
that's
time.
why I said this segment was great because they had to get rid of the Peacemaker, and the Peacemaker was Big E. And I could be wrong, but for out of that promo, I got Big E can't compete.
No, I
That's what I
got
got.
that too. I got that too. But at the same time, he said until he gets cleared. So it's
I
like they
don't. I
saying
don't
he
think he's
can't.
gonna get cleared.
It's like they saying both. Like they not saying they saying he can't compete, but they're not saying it might not be ever. Cause it's a chance for everything. It was a chance for it happened with Edge or Stone Cold. So it's still an opportunity for Big E to get cleared.
Yo, he said you didn't even get surgery. I said, ooh.
That's the other reason why I say it's probably a possibility because he didn't need surgery like Edge and them did. So
Yup.
it's a good possibility that he could get
My
cleared.
man said, well, why you didn't show up then? I said, wow, he got a point. Hey, he got a point.
So
He got a point.
I'm
My
like,
man was in the back at the desk. What?
I always thought that's why I agree with Xavier because I always thought that was the natural because he was injured. I always thought they was going to make him eventually just be the manager of the New Day until he got cleared, but they
Yeah.
never did. And I'm glad they didn't because it went good. It went perfect for this promo. But like you said, I did catch that how they basically trying to tell us through Big E that he at least, like I said, at least for now. Because we can never say never, because we could never say never about Edge.
Yeah, that's sure.
So at least for now, WWE was telling us he can't compete, and they need to get that. They need to get him out of the picture of the New Day.
And we get a serious Kofi.
Yeah, we get a
Yeah, I've
serious
been wanting that for a while.
Yeah, we all been wanting that for a while because everybody been saying this is a serious Kofi is who should have been WWE champion.
Boom, boom,
So
boom.
I think the pep talk got them both like, yo, you right. Things need to change. Because they both were spitting facts, but at the same that's like if if me and my brother went at it, and I'm like, yo, we sit down and we really talk like, yo, you right, bro. Think something gotta change here. I shouldn't have lost to Brock Lesnar in 6 seconds. You should have been already a champion. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
nah, that's real talk. Like,
Yeah, that is.
I think sometimes you need that realness to figure out, like, yo, something gotta change. I'm tired of being
Right.
the next. Because you gotta remember when Woods said, Kofi, what do you now? What you going to get mad now? Because
Mm-hmm.
when Vince McMahon booked the match with him and Brock, it was Woods that told Vince that Kofi should have went over Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
It was Woods that was defending them,
Kofi
and
wasn't.
Kofi didn't say nothing.
He wasn't
Right.
even
Kofi just
mad.
went
Like
out there.
he was just happy go lucky Kofi still. Like you not
That's what I'm saying. So that's why that backstage segment made a lot of sense going into this promo. It was two brothers and they were saying some facts about each other, and they finally realized, yo, we gotta make a change. And you gotta get rid of the happy person that always keep the peace. And Big
Mm-hmm.
E was always that person.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because Big E said it. Yo, come here, man. We gonna fix it. I'm fix it. Give me a hug. When Kofi put his hand out, I said, yeah, this real. Because they usually hug it out and they usually be cool again. Nah, not this time, brother. This is it. I respect that. That's why I said this was great. That's why I said the whole thing was great. The whole thing was great because I still think that Woods is going to turn on Kofi, but not after Woods get the help from Kofi to become a singles champion.
Right.
Okay. All right. All
So you
right.
gotta look at the, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the picture, man. Yeah.
You gotta break
Now,
it
now,
down.
now, if they do go into the tag team championship, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be pissed.
I can see where you're coming from, but you've been preaching too. Triple H's booking has been spotty.
That's what it says. So yeah, I think you need to. Woods need to do Woods. I mean, Kofi helped Woods just like Paul helps Punk, and that's
Right.
what we need to do. That's what we need to do.
For this to make sense, it has to go somewhat. Even if we get a weird tweak version of what you just said, at least it need for this to make sense to me. It needs to go in that type of direction.
Yeah,
And
it needs to. Because there's
because
no other way.
If Triple H does this where they just a heel tag team where the tag team goes still, and they're not using the New Day music, they just using a different music or whatever. I'm like, it's still all I see is still the New Day, just a heel team now with a tag team.
Now, I'm not. Now, here's the thing, right? Even if they do present themselves as a heel and they look dominant in the tag team scene and they also getting singles wins, I'm okay with that. At least they showing the dominance of the heel. However, just don't if they're gonna be tag team champions, my whole thing is, all right, what's next? We want all the gold. We want all the titles now. What's next? That's what should be discussed. If we don't go the route of Woods getting that singles title, if we're gonna go on the route of the New Day becoming the heel tag team champions, then goddamn it, the singles titles need to be next after they win the tag team titles. Now we need all the gold. I'm tired of this. We want all the belts, and we coming after everybody that got it. And the New Day should have a dominant heel run going into 2025. So Triple H, you shouldn't mess this up. You shouldn't mess this up. You should not mess this up.
So pretty
Woods,
much what Finn is trying to do. He's trying to
yeah,
be tag team
exactly.
champions and the world
Man,
heavyweight
yup,
champion.
exactly. If we gonna that's the second route if we don't go to the first route. But the first route makes a lot more sense. Woods using Kofi to get a singles championship. And that's what needs to be booked. I don't care if Woods wins the IC title or the world title, which I said the IC title makes a lot more sense for Woods because of the wars you can get after, and that mid card can look a lot more better. However, Woods, Woods need to use Kofi to get the IC championship, and Woods need to go over his head, and then Woods need to start his own little fraction. Some people from NXT, Ethan Page. I'm just saying because they got a long history. So we need this. Woods need to start his own little thing, and yeah, but we need to go with the direction of Woods using Kofi for Kofi's help to get Woods a singles championship. If we don't go with that, my Triple H, come here. If we don't go with that route, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna just be mad. I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, well, that's the New Day segment for you, and you know our thoughts on it. And then we switch from the New Day to another faction, Karrion Kross.
Oh, duh.
We switched to the Final Testaments, Karrion Kross talking about the events that's happened. I think that was last Monday where where Scarlett was attacked by Nikki Cross. And he basically he said words is not going to get him what he wants, so he basically challenged him to a match, which got made for next week. We will have I think it will be like a 8-man tag. I think it's going to be everybody versus it's going to be all including Nikki of the Wyatt Six versus the Final Testament including Scarlett. So I think it's going to be an 8-man tag. I think. Wait a minute, hold on. No, that'll be a 10-man tag.
Mm-hmm. If you count Scarlett
And Nikki.
Nikki.
I think that'll be a 10-man tag.
I appreciate the story though.
Yeah, I do. I appreciate the story.
Scarlett getting them, Scarlett, Nikki getting involved.
I was hoping to see her in the Intercontinental Championship tournament, honestly.
The Miz.
Since they put Elektra Lopez on the SmackDown side, I'm like, they need to put Scarlett on the Raw side, and she's not one of the participants. I'm like, that's messed up.
The Miz and Bo Dallas history. If anybody forgot, they was a former tag team, the B team. Just saying.
The B team.
So I could Karrion Kross, Bo Dallas actually getting into Karrion Kross's head when Karrion Kross was doing all the manipulating before. That's good storytelling right there. So I can appreciate the little bit that we getting from it, and at least Karrion Kross is in something.
Right. So
and this version of Karrion Kross, I like. This was the version I needed. This version of Karrion Kross, I'm starting to like. I'm starting to get into the character, so I'm cool with it.
Okay, that's how I feel too. Like he's starting to look more and more like the Karrion Kross I need him to be. So
exactly,
it's happening slowly, but it's happening.
And I like the charismatic, the funniness out of it. I'm cool with it. So yeah.
All right. Then we get the third match of the night, which is Gunther versus Dominic Mysterio, which was an actual fun bout because I expected Gunther to go in here and dominate mostly, which he basically did on somewhat, but I didn't expect Dominic to get some offense in or a dominant offense in and even almost winning the match. Because I'm like, holy crap! At a certain point, I was rooting for Dominic to win. I'm like,
especially after that low blow.
Yeah, especially after that low blow to Gunther. I'm like, he may actually win this and get a title opportunity. Holy crap. I would like to see how that looks. But even though it was a valiant effort for Dominic Mysterio, they sold a lot more prowess to him, which I like. They started to show him getting a lot more offense and started actually showcase him a lot more than this scary person that don't want to wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking that. But Gunther would win in the end with dominant fashion with a power bomb to Dominic Mysterio, and I don't think he choked him out, did he? I know he tried to when he hit him with the low blow, but I think he just won off the power bomb. And we lost Thanos there. But yeah, in the end, Gunther will win the match. Like I said, it was a pretty good match. I actually found myself rooting for Dominic Mysterio, but overall, it was pretty good. Pretty good. I ain't got nothing. I don't have really too much to say about it. Finn Balor will come out and basically beat up on Gunther, hitting him with two coup de grace. I mean, three coup de grace. The third one being to his back. And then he would taunt Dominic Mysterio by saying, "This is how you do it. This is how it's done, kid." He said when you, and then he said again, "When you listen to Finn, we win." So, and then that was the end of that segment. But like I said, I enjoyed it. It was a pretty good segment. It was a pretty good segment. Um, Shay, what do you think about it?
Yeah, that actually was pretty good for the most part. I kind of missed some of the match though. I probably have to go back and watch it, but I did see that like at the end when he was talking to him, and it's giving like, oh, you want to be leader so bad, big boy. Like you're trying to be leader. You said there's no leader, so we're gonna see what happened next week. I think something gonna happen between them two. I think did he? Well, I think Finn Balor gonna leave the group. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah, it's
that.
not. It's coming. I believe Finn Balor's going to break off eventually.
Yeah, cause the way he acting, like, okay,
Yeah, yeah. I think that's going to be like once he leaves the group, that's going to probably be like the end of Judgment Day for real.
yeah,
Yeah,
mhm.
I believe so. I believe that's how they once he leaves, that's going to be the end of Judgment Day because they already lost Damian Priest and Rhea, and now they lost Finn, and then what it'll just be Liz, Raquel, and JD Madonna and Carlito.
And Carlito. At first, I
So
thought Carlito was gonna leave because it was trying to, push his single run. So I'm like, what's going on with that? And it's just like, ugh.
yeah, they did. They kind of rumored and hinted that he might be getting kicked out of the Judgment Day, but then
Right.
that kind of it looked like we was going in that direction. Then nothing. Then we stopped. Then it was like, oh well, I guess we're not going in that direction anymore.
It's crazy.
Crazy. Then we get a Pete Dunne promo where he's being interviewed about about his upcoming match with R Truth, where he said he tried to break it down plain and simple that R Truth, you're not having a match with Butch, you're having a match with me, Pete Dunne. And before he could finish his promo, there was some commotion backstage, and that's when the camera crew and everybody would take off to find that somebody had attacked Jay Uso.
Mm,
And
mm, mm.
who could that person be? I don't know. But we will find out at least who we think it would be, who we think it is, uh, by the end of the night. Uh, then we get the fourth match, which is Pete Dunne versus R Truth. This was a quick match where R Truth and then went back and forth. Pete Dunne got some offense in, but he would get distracted by the crowd who would yell Butch at him, and like he was getting. I like how he played like he was gonna get mad and go attack the people in the crowd for calling him Butch. I'm like that was cool. That was cool. But yeah, he would get they would attack him. I mean, he would act like he was about to attack them, but then he would get rolled up by R Truth to where R Truth would win the match 1, 2, 3. Like I said, it was a very quick match. Nothing too much to say about it. I'm just glad that Pete Dunne and R Truth was getting some screen time, but it was an okay match. Maybe not a good one or a great one, but it was okay. I like R Truth. He makes things fun by being funny and comedical, so it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. They had jobber interest, though. I think both well, no, Pete Dunne. We did see Pete Dunne's entrance, but we didn't get our Truth's entrance. Our Truth's entrance was like during the commercial break. Um, but real quick, say, what do you think about this R Truth and Pete Dunne match?
Yes, it was real short, but I like how they give it our truth and them wins because lately, man, our truth is so funny, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Baby Boy is funny, so I'll take anything they give me with our truth. But we could definitely see it's gonna be another match. I definitely know that. So we just gonna have to keep watching to see, what happens next with that.
Yep. Yeah, we definitely have to keep watching. Um, then we get Braun Breaker Backstage being interviewed about his victory over at Survivor Series against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser, and he basically was saying how he basically told them that this was going to happen, blah blah blah, and then he would get interrupted by Ludwig Kaiser, who revealed that that he accomplished his promise that when Sheamus hurt him and took him out with a broken rib, that he was going to come back and take out Sheamus, and he did that because he revealed here in this promo that Sheamus' rib is broken, so he said a rib for a rib. So
Oh,
Sheamus is out with a broken rib. So payback is completed from Ludwig Kaiser. But Ludwig Kaiser, he would love nothing more than to challenge uh uh Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. And Braun Breaker said, you know what? I'm gonna make that happen. Because he would love nothing more than to wipe that smug look on off your face, and that
oh,
he said in a word of advice was Gunther's stock going down the drain. You might want to get away from Gunther as soon as possible.
oh.
I'm like, oh, okay, some seeds of dissension there. Um, then we got Adam Pearce being confronted by Sami Zayn over the attack with Jay Uso, and he was like, he's asking Adam Pearce who attacked Sami Zayn, what's going on. They said they don't know who. And Adam said we don't know who attacked Jay Uso, but we're looking into it. And then he was pressured so much. Adam Pearce like, do you know who attacked Jay Uso? And he said no, but he got a pretty good idea of who might have done it, and he's about to go whoop his butt in a few. Actually, referring to Seth Rollins, and then we would get the final promo of the night, which is another backstage promo with Finn this time confronting Adam Pearce about what he's done and about Adam Pearce making a match between Finn and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Adam would abolish Finn for basically doing what he did and saying that he had to basically force them into defending the tag team titles against the War Raiders, and you're lucky they're not here tonight after what you did. He said the War Raiders, I don't care about the War Raiders or all that stuff, and I care about Gunther. He said, oh, that's what you care about, huh? He said, well, fine, you would get your match, as Shane revealed earlier. Uh, it would be Adam Pearce basically announced that he would get to face off against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship because Gunther won it too at Saturday night's main event. So we both world titles, both Cody and Gunther will be defending their titles along with Liv Morgan. We still waiting on Nia Jax to complete it out, but we do know that Liv Morgan, Gunther, and Cody will be defending. So that's three. If they keep with the same five match format, then we only got two matches left. We only got one match left because we know the United States Championship, the Women's United States Championship tournament is going to happen for the championship at Saturday Night Main Event. So that means the last spot for the fifth match only could be Nia defending her title against maybe Naomi on Saturday Night Main Event. But we got to see. Unless they're going to go over five matches, there's only one match left, and it has to be reserved for Nia. But then we get to the final. Then he told Finn Balor. But then next week we're gonna talk about your other championship match. And
Probably.
Finn was like, other championship match. He was trying to figure out what Adam meant, but I think he was referring to your tag team titles against the War Raiders again, because he did mention the War Raiders. So, then we got the main event, which is Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. And this was I want to say it was short, but it ended kind of like it was short in the sense of for the final moments of it, it really wasn't no more wrestling after that. It was just mostly talking. But the match, but it was a good match nonetheless with Sami and Seth being reluctant to fight each other, and then mostly on the Seth side, because Seth is basically like, I don't have a problem with you, Sami. I don't even want to be here in this fight. Like he really want to fight CM Punk or he want to fight Roman, but he don't want to fight Sami. And Sami's all fired up to fight Seth because he thinks Seth is the one who attacked Jay, and this would go back and forth with them beating up each other until Sammy decided to grab a chair because he's fed up with this and he's gonna beat the truth out of Seth. So he grabbed a chair, got back in the ring, and basically threatened to hit Seth with the chair unless he admit that he was the one who attacked Jay Uso. And Seth is on the ground like, whoa, 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 what is wrong with you? I did not attack him. And he was like, quit lying. And he's getting ready to heal, but he's like, whoa, whoa, I'm telling you the truth. I did not attack her. I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. I wouldn't do that. You know me. I wouldn't do that. Maybe it was CM Punk who attacked Jay. Or maybe he didn't attack him, but it definitely wasn't me. And Sammy coming to realize that Seth is telling the truth, that he wouldn't attack Jay. He had no reason to attack Jay. So Sammy would throw away the chair, and the referee is telling him he would give him a DQ if he does. And Sammy goes back to grab Seth, but Seth would grab him, do a roll up, and 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins is your winner. And with still some time left, the camera basically focused on Seth and Sammy for a minute. With Seth, after the pin, he crawls over to Sammy and tell him like, "Look, man, I didn't attack Jay. You know me, but you need to get your head straight because it wasn't me, and like I would never do that." And he just walks off, and looking back, he just walks off, get out the ring, looking back at Sammy. Sammy stands up and looking at Seth, confused and trying to figure out, well, if it wasn't Seth, then who could it be? Well, Sammy is about to get his answer. But then he turns around and gets Claymore kicked. The crowd goes crazy. He gets Claymore kicked because somebody was in the ring. And it turns out it's the rumored return of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre returned on the same episode as CM Punk. But now I'm guessing this is this was, I guess, Drew admitting to attacking Jay Uso. It would make sense. It does make sense that he would attack Jay Uso. He still doesn't like Jay Uso.
Right.
So I would place my money on that is him who attacked Jay. Then again, we saying that it was Raquel and Liv who attacked Jay Cargill, and we still haven't got that admission. So who knows who attacked Jay Cargill at this point? Because some Survivor Series has come and gone. We still haven't had them admit to that front. But yeah, that's how we will end the show. It seems like Jay is going to basically be entering a feud. Either Jay or Sammy is entering a feud with Drew McIntyre. Ludwig Kaiser is going to be facing Braun Breaker. Finn is going to be facing Gunther. Io is continuing going to be looking like an afterthought to Rhea and Liv. I don't know what's going on with that, because they only had basically 2 weeks to build up Io and Liv, and they failed by still having Rhea be overshadowing Io. So unless Io come out angry next week and start talking about how she feel like an afterthought because Rhea and stuff like that, I don't know. But they did, but like I said, it was a segment on this Raw where Rhea did tell Io that no matter who come out the winner between the two, she's going to be the one. She's going to come after either or. So that means if Io wins, she's coming after Io for that title, and if Liv wins, she's coming after Liv. Which, God, I don't want that to happen. But before we get into ratings, Shay, what did you think about this main event?
Short. It was getting good until obviously Sammy pulled the chair or whatever like that. It was good until I saw Drew McIntyre kick Sammy. Like, here we go. Bitter Drew is back. Bitter Drew. We all know that you try to hit my husband backstage. But say if it's a twist and say if it's Braun Breaker who did it. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. It could have been Braun Breaker.
So Braun Breaker still don't like him, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's okay. I talked to him today. He okay, but he want to know who hit him. So we're going to find out next week. And We better find out too. But Sammy, I mean, I understand Sammy riding for his dog or whatever, but I don't think Seth hit Jay. He did it. It couldn't be CM Punk either, because why would CM Punk do that, you know? Yeah, it was Drew or oh boy.
Yeah, it had to be Drew or Braun Breaker for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's it. That's all of the show. That was all the Monday Night Raw. Um, for me, like I said, I'm still pissed about that whole New Day crap. But if it goes the way Shane says, um I will change my review my score for this review.
Hmm.
Um, but the EO Sky stuff really pissed me off. As well because she's the number one contender, but it looks like an afterthought because you're trying to push this whole Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley thing so much. This was a okay Monday Night Raw. I mean, well, it was a good Monday Night Raw. It could have been a lot better if they would have did things a lot better. But the two things that really angered me throughout this whole episode was the whole EO being an afterthought and the way they handled the New Day sort of kind of breakup. So I you know what, just for the simple, I was going to give it a 5. That's what I was really going to give it. I was going to give it a 5 out of 10, but I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. But if 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 just because of the whole Rhea and New Day thing, I was going to give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 6 just because it wasn't really an average show. It was above average show. But if the New Day thing goes, I'm telling you this now, guys. If the New Day thing goes the way how Shane explained it, and we get some form of version of that, I will change this into a 9 because I will change it to like an 8 or a 9. But just because if that's the story that we get out of this New Day thing, that means this episode was an actually great episode. If that's what we get down the line out of this New Day crap. So that
Right.
means I would change. I would come back on one of the next lives in the future and say I'm changing this one, the New Day 10-year episode, to a 9 out of 10 because that was good storytelling, and I guess it worked because it really pissed me off, and that was Triple H's by design. So I have to give it a 9 for doing his job of pissing me off. But yeah, for right now, it's going to be a 6 out of 10 for me. Shay, what do you give it?
I want to stick what I was going to give. I was going to give it an 8. I was thinking past the New Day. I was thinking of other scenarios too. The Io Shirai, that jump was just floating off my head. Um, and Drew McIntyre coming back. That just, I guess that made the ratings better for other people because I know other people was happy he came back. CM Punk was a plus, so it was an 8. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like a 6 or 5 or 4. You know.
Right. Right. Well, that is it. You heard me. I'm giving it a 6. She's giving it an 8. We lost Shane, so we couldn't get his rating. But as always, since he was here first, we're gonna give him a shout out. Let's shout out to Shane /Punch /Thanos. For stopping by, giving his thoughts on the Monday Night Raw review. You also get over to his channel, No Regrets. Again, that's No Regrets, and where he does music and wrestling videos. So get over there and subscribe, like, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things for him. Let's get him to 500 or more subscribers. Hold on, I got you. Got to take this off so y'all can see our names before I get there. There we go. Then shout out to Chris. He was going to join us, but I guess something happened. But shout out to main man Chris who brings us all together. That man is 70,000 plus strong, and we want to get him to 100,000 subscribers. That way, that man can get that nice YouTube plaque. That nice 100,000 subscriber YouTube plaque. So go there to Chris Wrestling Views and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things for him. And again, that's Chris Wrestling Views. Let's get him to that 100,000 subscriber mark. Um, Shouts out to Jeff, uh, who couldn't join us as well. Uh, I think shouts out to his new channel, which is Jeff Doll Gaming. I think hopefully I got that right, Jeff Doll Gaming. Um, we got to have a some type of fight with YouTube about his channel, as I always say, because YouTube been messing my boy over with. But get over there to his channel and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things, get him to 500 or more subscribers. Again, that's Jeff Dog Gaming. Um, then kicking it with Leo. Also, that's yeah. Shouts out to him. Kicking it with Leo. Let's get that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things for him. His YouTube channel is Kicking It with Leo. Uh, yeah, let's get him to 500 or more subscribers as well. Um, then who we got? Oh, my main man Hector. Shouts out to Hector. He will be joining the show eventually one day. You know, hey, personal lives, everything happens for a reason, right? Hopefully, one day when we become successful, this is all that we do as our successful job and career. But with that being said, after we shout out to him, now the last two people. Shay, my co-host, she get over to her channel, Know the Rules. You see it right there on your screen. Hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. Let's get her to 500 or more subscribers as well. Again, that's Know the Rules, where she does football videos and wrestling videos. Though I don't think there's much football season left, right?
Not that much, but we got less than 4 weeks, so let's go, Eagles.
You hear her? She an Eagles fan. So yeah, if you like wrestling and football, get over to her channel, Know the Rules, and check it out. And then there's me, Little Bit Man Gaming, as you see it right there, spelt like that. Get over to my channel because I do reviews, reactions, gaming. I do reviews for wrestling and movies and TV shows, which I'm gonna have some coming up here for the Superman Lois show. And I'm about to get on live after I get off this live. I'm gonna get on live again in a few to do some more Callisto Protocol gaming. So if you like all that type of stuff, get over to my channel, Little Bit Man Gaming, and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things. Because I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I might have a reward for one lucky tribe member who gets me to 10,000 subscribers. But speaking of rewards, the last but not least shout out is the main channel here, Wrestling Pit Podcast, where if you hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things for the Wrestling Pit Podcast if you already haven't, because we're trying to get to 500 subscribers and or more. And if we do get to that 500 subscriber mark, there is a reward there too. Again, that's Wrestling Pit Podcast. We also are on TikTok, and then we got a Facebook page too. And the same thing, Wrestling Pit Podcast. With that being said, we are out. We're going to go enjoy the rest of our Monday. Some people got to get ready for work in the morning.
Tuesday.
But, Tuesday. Yeah. The rest of our Tuesday. I do know deadline is Saturday, NXT deadline. So we most likely going to be we're going to do our review for SmackDown Saturday. And then Sunday will probably be our NXT deadline review. So look out for those videos. We might have a video Thursday, so I don't know. Depends on how the week goes, but we're gonna be signing out here, joining the rest of our Tuesday, and like as we always do, Rest of the Pit Podcast, baby.
Baby.
Yep, and we're out. Love you guys.